She just did one of these like this.
Oh my God.
She just poked it up like this, and then I just went right there. Boom. That was it. Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Mike.
And Sham.
And in today's video,
we're going to continue where we left off.
from the last video. So
Yeah.
we talked about our egg retrieval process, the medications, all the recaps. You guys saw all the medications we took, all the clips. Not we, but she took. But so today we'll be talking about like the next process as far as trying to get ready for.
All right. So where we left off last time, we showed you guys that we did the egg retrieval, that process. And I mentioned at the end of that video that we retrieved 18 eggs. I don't know if you guys caught that. That was supposed to be in this video, but since it was on that clip of me in the hospital, I just left it in there. So we're gonna continue from there. How many eggs how many eggs got fertilized, how many made it, all that stuff into the first transfer. So if you guys want to see what that process is and continue to be and be on that journey with us, then keep on watching. And
don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you go back and watch our journey up to this point in case you're this is the first video you're seeing. We did a full video on our journey, our story, infertility, going into the IVF. So if you want to catch up on that, we have it all in a playlist.
Yes,
so I'll link it up here. Somewhere up there.
Yeah, it's right.
If it's not up there, just go to our page, look for the infertility playlist, and it will be right there for you guys. And we're going to add all these videos to that. And also, if you guys want me to go in depth in any part of the process, let me know so I can make a separate video on that. In case you're someone who probably thinking about IVF, in the process of IVF, and have questions about any part of it, just let me know and we'll build from there. So I'm trying to keep it as straight and organized as possible. Again, I don't remember every single detail because this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
3 years.
This
Almost
June, July will be 3 years since we did that process. So didn't document it as well as I wanted to, and now I see that. So yeah, I might not remember every single thing, but I'm trying to keep it as organized as possible. While we're on the topic of organized, I'm going to show you guys, in case you're doing IVF, you might want to get this book. This is the IVF journal. You can get it from Amazon. It was pretty affordable too. I think it was like $14. It is pretty like in depth, and I was able to actually go back and read some stuff that I filled out. Some notes, and I was like, wow, didn't know I document all the like injection times, all that stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to break down on the book, I can do a separate little mini video on that. But yeah, if you're thinking of doing IVF and you want to stay organized, I think this is the best IVF book out there.
And I think, like, I feel like, okay, so yeah, the book is for IVF, but somebody who is planning to get pregnant. And
it explained everything.
Can help.
Yeah. Risk, outcome, the different phases.
She got a lot of highlighter stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't realize I did that much, but I also fell off after the first transfer. But look, I was putting the medication, what time I took it, what day it was. Yeah. So I had to refer back to this to remember some things. So I just wanted to mention that. So yeah. So let's start with the eggs. So they retrieve 18 eggs, like we mentioned before in the video. They try to get as many as possible.
Mind you, 18 eggs being retrieved sounds a lot.
But it really isn't. There's people out there with 20-something.
Well, yeah, but for us, like not knowing the process and how it actually operates and everything else,
we were happy
18
with
eggs
that.
was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have like 18 tries or whatever. So we'll talk about it more.
Yeah, I watch a lot of videos and some people get way less. So of course you're hoping for a lot. And possible. As they checked the eggs leading up to the retrieval, it didn't seem like I had that many when they would measure and stuff. So I was happy when you told me, I think you told me, or nurse told me that they got 18. I was like, what? Like, okay.
I think I was the one who told you because you were still asleep when you came out the room.
Yeah, they put me to sleep.
Yeah.
So from the, look at my notes right here. So from the 18 eggs, only 12 were actually mature. So they grab as many as they can. I don't know how they like look at them to determine if they're mature. I know that when they were measuring leading up to that, they would look at like the size and, you know, distance measure and draw it and stuff. So I don't know how they determine like the maturity, but out of 18, only 12 were mature.
Maybe the size.
I'll try to find something and probably put it at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, only 12 out of 18 were mature.
Meaning were matured, meaning like they were ready for fertilization or fertilizing or that was pretty much like our thing.
Yeah, and he had to give a semen sample that same day. I don't remember if it was the morning or afternoon, but he had to give some that same day. From there, I come home and try to relax as much as possible. After you do egg retrieval, you're at risk for like OHSS. It's ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Basically, your body, you were on that many hormones and your ovaries were swollen to get that many eggs. So now after they take the eggs out, if your body retain that water and stuff like that, it can cause other health issues. So you're trying to prevent that from happening. So when they sent me home, it was more like, don't drink too much water. Only drink enough to like quench your thirst. Drink Gatorade, up your protein and salty foods. Because you don't want
pretty
that
much just to drain out the water. Yeah,
you don't want that. So that was another thing that I was kind of like nervous about, because you don't know how your body, because it can cause very like a lot of pain and stuff. So I was trying to not have that happen.
I think so.
It wasn't long. They call you back like a day later or so and let you know how many got fertilized. So out of 12, 9 of them got fertilized.
Yeah, meaning 3 of them weren't really soldiers.
How is my stuff soldiers? Ain't your stuff supposed to be soldiers?
That's what I'm saying. 3 of them just gave up. Like,
I know a lot of you wonder how they do it. They do it in the lab, and I think they have some type of like specimen dish or something, and they just like put them in there, and then they just
specimen dish,
like a petri dish. You never did chemistry?
That sounds like somebody's about to eat the damn thing.
Yeah, the eggs are gonna eat the sperm.
Is that how that works?
We're gonna cut that part.
No, we're not.
Anyway, they put them together, have them, do their thing. I think it's like a day. It was and
like
they
a
call
day.
us back and tell us how many got fertilized.
Yeah.
In our instance, they don't like. You have 2 different type where they can just like put them all in the same and let them do their own thing, or they can actually inject the egg directly with the sperm. So we didn't do. I don't think they did that one.
Oh.
Yeah, they just let them be.
Let them be.
Yeah. So out of 12, 9 were fertilized, and then from there they progress over a 5-day period to get to a certain, what do you call that?
It's the same.
Not maturity, but like
it's the same when
the cells develop and separate
much.
and start forming into that embryo.
Yeah.
So they go through different stages. Again, I will put up a picture showing the little process over 5 days, but we just sit back and wait. And that's pretty much what that process was like.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. We just pretty much sat around while she was recouping.
Yeah, the first couple of days I had to be like relaxed and
the retrieval, not the extraction, the retrieval, and just pretty much sat around just waiting. And then when she got the call, and was happy with 9. Really
out of that 9. 6 of them were like the top grade. So they grade the eggs based on how many cells got developed. It doesn't really mean that's something wrong with the other ones. It just means like they took a slower time to reach the amount of cells. And so 6 out of 9 was like top AA.
Mind you, we could have actually gone through the process of having them try to figure out the gender, if there's any
genetic testing.
The genetic testing. So pretty much, they look for like health issues.
Yeah,
if everything. They have any kind of health
they
issues.
check for everything.
They make sure that process. They make sure that everything is in good condition or in good health for it to be able to be transferred.
Yeah,
we could have done that, but there's a flaw to it. For one, it's a financial.
Yeah,
it's like
it costs
another
like $3,500.
It was 35.
Yeah.
It's like It's like another $3,500. But you may be like, oh, that's just another $3,500. That's not bad. You know, yes, it's not bad, but you have the other flaw. If any of them have some kind of health issue,
could be something.
It could be minor. It could be anything. I don't even know what they really consider as minor or major. Anything that can be considered as minor, they can pretty much just say they're no good and we can't move on. Meaning all nine embryos are pretty much done. Like,
or even if it's not all 9, it could be they could toss 6 of them because they're abnormal. Yeah, and we didn't want to risk that. No. And most time the PGS testing is more recommended for either your peace of mind, because you want to just feel like, okay, I checked everything and nothing was wrong, or you know that there's certain things in your family traits or whatever that you want to kind of check ahead of time. So for us, they did check us at the beginning for all that stuff, and we didn't have anything that was like concerning. The only thing I have is anemia, so that showed up, but he didn't have it, so it's not an issue. And they checked for whatever they checked for us. There was nothing that they were like, okay, we need to test you. So at that point, it would have been a choice for us to spend the money and do it. So we decided not to. We can't, say it could have made a difference in the journey, but who knows? We didn't do it because it cost too much. That was pretty much it. So if you're interested in doing that, it's called PGS testing, and they should offer it to you, but you can ask about it. So one of the main things they look for is Down syndrome and stuff like that. But I mean, that is not always a terrible thing. So it's like, we're like, okay, we won't spend that extra money. Yeah. So after that 5 days, they grow and separate into more hormones, or what do you call it, chromosome cells, and they get to that level, they grade them, and then they freeze them. So you have a lot of doctor's office that might do a fresh transfer, and what that means is they'll do the 5 days and you go in on the 5th day and they put it in right away. There's some risk to that. I mean, it does work for some people, but your body has not yet come down from all the retrieval stuff and all the hormones you were taking for that. Yeah. So I like that my doctor's office was like, okay, we do frozen transfer so you can, come off those first hormones, get back to normal, adjust your body again, and then put it in. Yeah, we froze all 9 at that point, and then we started kind of just waiting and prepping for the first transfer. So at that point, my mom didn't even know I was doing IVF at that point.
She didn't know?
No, because she was going to come to visit that August, and this was like June going into July. They put me back on birth control again, because first of all, birth control starts every cycle. Just think of it that way. You're always going to start with birth control because that's what they use. Get your hormone on track. They can see where you are.
Pretty much the way I see it, the way I see how they use this, they reset the menstrual cycle, or the cycle of the body, so they can actually have so they can have control of when they can actually transfer the embryos back into the person. Yeah. Oh, before we continue, fellas, I gotta tell you, when this process starts, when they're removing the eggs, when they're about to do more hormones injections and medications, when they're about to do the transfer, and even after the transfer, oh my God, there's no sex.
Oh God.
There's no sex. None. That's like 6 months torture. Literally.
Was it that long?
I mean, it felt that long if it wasn't. But 6 months of no sex.
I don't think it was that long.
Ladies, if you are going through this and you are one hormonal person that just needs to have sex, you cannot have sex.
You can, but it's like a very small time in between that you probably can, because when you get close to the transfer, you can't, because you're taking the medication to prevent any infection. So you can't do anything because you don't want anything to mess with down there.
You can't even use a condom.
You can't, because that can cause problems. So you have to stop everything there. And then after the retrieval, I think you have a little bit of time before you start prepping for that next transfer or for the first transfer or whatever that you could have,
There was nothing. Nada. Zip.
Speaking of no sex, I couldn't work out. That's where I gained all my weight.
Yeah.
I started gaining my weight. I remember prepping for the first one, and I was like, crap, I just lost all the weight that I fought years to take off. Years. And now I couldn't work out. You have to keep it super light. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to pull anything. It's just better to go for a walk. That's all you can basically do at that point. And when you do the egg retrieval, you literally feel like you're pregnant because you're that bloated. You are super bloated because all those eggs are just growing and your stomach just growing with it. So, yeah. Just saying, just putting that out there. I couldn't work out either.
I was more worried about my sex. Okay.
All right. So, like I was saying, my mom was going to come to visit. So, I'll insert a clip of her giving me one of the shots. I didn't do like a video of her first reaction when I told her that we're going to be doing the transfer. But she was super supportive and, she's a woman of God. So, she's going to pray and just wish us the best. So, it was nice to have her here during that time and to have that support.
Yep.
So yeah, she was here to watch me do all of July's and going into August, and she was here for that first transfer. So you guys will see a clip of that. I don't have a lot of clips. I just took a lot of injections. I'm gonna insert a picture of my calendar here. Is it this one? Yeah. This was all of July going into August, and then the rest of August. So these were all the dates of, Dang. I wanted to keep it and remember it. So I would just tick off each time I did everything. So I did birth control for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then you kind of stop that. Then you take Lupron, which is for your stomach. I would have to do a whole video on medications if I need to break down like why I was taking certain medications. But
and if you want that video,
let us know.
Let us know down below.
I was doing a patch.
We'll be happy to put it up.
I was doing a patch. I was doing like estrogen under the tongue like 3 times a day. It was a lot. And then the butt injection started. And that's where it got interesting. Yeah. That is where, oh God, what was it, 1.5 inch needle? I think so.
I think so.
I think it's 1.5 inch needle. And at one point I was doing 2 injections back there because I was taking the estrogen and then eventually progesterone started. Yeah, a lot of shots.
How did you feel when you go to sit down after the shots?
Oh my goodness. Thankfully it wasn't too low, but it's like your upper fat area. I don't know what you call that.
They measure like this whole thing right here.
Intramuscular.
And it goes, I think this goes on the hip, and then you just kind of reach down and around in this area is where you're supposed to.
At one point, I had her, I think on that first one, I had her like the nurse draw a box and it was like, stay in that box.
Yep.
So we were just like poking around the box. Finding a spot that wasn't super tender that day. Oh my goodness, that was rough. And you guys will see in the clip where my mom was giving me the shot. She had the ice pack on there for a minute to get it cramped. We had to try to make sure it was cramped.
Numb. Not cramped. Numb.
Make sure it was numb before she gave me the shot. Yeah. And that's where we mentioned in the last video that Mike had to come to my job because there was no way I can reach back there and give myself that shot. No way.
She just did one of these like this.
Oh my God.
She just poked it up like this. And then I just went right there.
Hey, yo!
That was it.
Oh my God. In his little car.
Yeah.
You had the little white car.
Yeah, it was. It was super small.
A small little Chevy.
Yeah.
Trying to turn. And then I would try to like prep the medication before he got there a few times. Like just, I don't even know, man.
Yep.
That was just, I'm at my job.
It was in the parking lot.
When I was pulling it and starting to prep it before I even come out there when you were, so I had to wake him up sometimes because he worked overnight, right? Yep. You were working overnight. So I had to make sure like, you're up? Okay, cool. So then I would try to pull the medication or whatever I had to do and at least try to sometimes start icing it a little bit.
I think you did it one time by yourself, didn't you?
I don't think so.
You never did it? I thought you did.
Maybe. I said 99% of the time it was him in the car trying to hurry up and do it real quick and go back to work.
Yeah.
So that was not
No.
fun. Another thing that I did to prep for that first transfer was acupuncture. I found out that acupuncture is supposed to help just like reduce your stress. I don't know if you guys know what acupuncture is, but it's when they take little needles to your pressure points. So they'll put it all over my stomach.
So you can release the
different little areas.
the tension.
Forehead, little needles, and insurance doesn't cover that. So that's out of pocket, you doing something
What
extra.
is that, $75 every
It
time?
was somewhere up there.
It was high.
Between 70 and 90.
Yeah.
So I did that. I mean, I didn't know like what to expect or what do you do, but I just tried to relax, and they would put the needles in, and you'll be there for a while just laying down. And so we did that. So medication, acupuncture. I think I was still getting massages back then. Just whatever you can do to kind of like stay calm and relax.
Yeah.
And as far as diet, I wasn't really on a diet, but I was trying to eat things that it was like an anti-inflammatory diet. So you're trying to avoid certain things that would cause inflammation.
Yeah.
So I did that, but it wasn't like a strict diet. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much all of what happened between the egg retrieval and prepping for that first transfer. So I'll look for whatever clips I find during that time frame and insert it.
Hello everyone, today is August 6th. I'm going in for my first mining check. Will be joining me today.
Ready? Ready? Grab this off.
You want to grab it?
No, the card for it. Alright, come. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Ready?
Spread.
Ready?
Go on.
Yes, now blood. Feel it? Come good there.
All right, so you guys heard it from us. You guys saw the clips, or you saw a clip with her mom injecting the first shot to her, or one of the first shots to her.
Yeah, one of the shots.
And mind you that the bad part, not the bad part, but like the sad parts are coming. And I'm not happy about it.
I'm not ready.
Me
I'm
neither.
not ready to relive
No.
all that. But if you guys want to see what next week, we'll go into that first transfer. You guys will see how that first transfer happened and the results of that first transfer. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
If you guys like this video, again, like always, we always tell you guys, leave us a like, comment down below, let us know what you guys are thinking.
Share it with somebody who might be going through.
Share this video with somebody else who is going through the same process and needs some help. Questions that you want us to answer because you're not understanding some of the things that we're sharing. We don't mind actually commenting that back down.
Yeah, the more you comment and ask questions, the more I'll think of ideas of what you guys want us to talk about.
Exactly. So again, if you guys like this video, leave us a like, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe Subscribe down
We're at
below.
410.
We are at 410. We are moving up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.